Hey Amiya, I noticed you looked a little down, so I bought this Fumo based off of you on eBay for like 200 LMD. It was a pretty nice deal. You like it? Anyways, what's wrong? Oh my god, not again. CC4 Lead Seal is upon us, and oh boy. While there are plenty of reasons why the CC is regarded as the worst among high-risk players, Risk 18 is around the same difficulty. As usual, the reward requirements are pretty low, with CN players even speedrunning Risk 18 on 2-day-old accounts with only a E2 haze core. But before we commence the molding, I'll guide you through an analysis of the permanent map. Do I really have to make this guide again? Like, let's be real here, everyone is just gonna search up a Kyo or Ekogen strat. Okay, but Risk 18 should be easy enough to get for play. Oh, okay, fine. Lead Seal features enemies from Twilight of Volmond, including the Colossuses? Colossi? The golem things. Mudrock Metallurgists, aka the semi-non-threatening ranged dudes. Mudrock Zealots, who have shields that absorb arts damage, and Mudrock herself. Big Bob also makes his cameo on this map. The main threats of the CC are the Colossus and the bosses, Big Bob and Mudrock. These enemies are tanky as hell and require impossible DPS requirements to burst down, but there is a silver lining. Don't take this contract. Just don't. You have 3 defense seals when starting the map, so you can leak 2 normal enemies, normal being defined as anyone who isn't Mudrock. While everyone else only takes 1 defense seal when leaked, Mudrock herself takes 2. Don't want to deal with something? Just leak it. This strategy, however, has some downsides that I will mention later. Golems will come from this spawn and make this S-shaped route. Also, did I mention they're tanky? Because they're tanky. The Colossi? Golems? Whatever you want to call them, they're tanky. They also have 100 arts resistance if you're taking these 2 contracts together, meaning they take a whopping 0 arts damage. Have fun trying to kill these things. Mudrock and Big Bob also have their personal contracts. While Big Bob just receives more stats, Mudrock at very high risks becomes practically impossible to deal with. Whenever Mudrock attacks, she will also gain attack speed stacks, making her basically unblockable. She also periodically gains shields, so having this high of a DPS check causes most players to give her a red carpet to the exit and straight up leak her. Big Bob is the last one to spawn at this entrance and takes this path, while Mudrock takes this one. Mudrock Zealots come from this spawn and take the same pathing as Mudrock, while Mudrock Metallurgists and Defense Crushers take this pathing. Hey Ami, I'm going to the restroom. God, I hate doing these guides. Thank goodness I have a secret kitchen nobody knows about. Now, where was that glue stash? Roadblocks. Powering imagination. Wait, wrong one. Roadblocks, these things. The map originally has them set up like this, where if you break this one, the enemies from this spawn will take this route, and if you break this one, the enemies will take this route. You really don't want this block to break, otherwise enemies will beeline to the exit. What breaks these blocks? Golems trucking through their path. Also, this contract just removes all of them except the most important one. Ooh, look, what's this? An Originium tile. Have fun placing ops on here for DPS memes, but be mindful that enemies can also be buffed by it, which can cause some immense amounts of pain to any op that tries tanking them. The tile makes Mudrock zones and Mudrock herself especially more annoying to deal with. The Originium tile and the roadblock to the left of it is definitely a strong reason not to leak any of the golems, since once they break the last barricade, you'll have a much harder time defending against buffed Mudrock and her zealots. If you're doing Risk 18, I would recommend leaking the golems, since bursting down Mudrock and her followers isn't much of an issue. However, at high risk, Mudrock becomes much harder to burst down. Also, I mentioned that the enemies come from Twilight of Volmond, but there aren't any gramophones, so take that as you want. Man, this glue tastes so good. Hopefully she doesn't find me here. What the hell? How'd you find me? What do you mean the Fumo told you where I was? Anyways, want some glue? let's get this one out of the way. Surtur, she exists, she does damage, you knew this was coming. I really shouldn't have to tell you how to use her. You can also bring Saria for some extra comboing for magic amplification, but most clears use Suzerain instead, since Suzerain can buff all damage types instead of exclusively arts. Modrock makes her appearance again, but her main skill this time is her third skill, which has Great Stun and Slow, both of which are heavily needed since the pathing on this map is very short. Her shields also make a great tank against Big Bob, and with her very high defense and attack, she has great survivability against most enemies on the map. Hate golems? Play Sweetie. There's only 2 of them anyways, and look how convenient that is. Sweetie is a block too. Doing some specific timing, both the Colossi that come out will get stun locked with WDS1 and Mastery 1, so you can keep them stalled for eternity and deal with everything else. For all you Degens out there, you'll be glad to hear that Eunectus is actually viable on this map. Her monster stats with S3 as well as her regen make her a perfect candidate for taking out the Mudrock Zealots early. Just be sure to time her skill well so that she doesn't accidentally leak anyone while stunned. Want to flex to your friends for 5 seconds before they realize you just copied another guide video? Use Aya and Ifrit and the rest of the magic amplification squad to burst down the golems. Ifrit is extremely important here because of her Flat's arts resistance shred with skill 3, while Aya is just Aya. Even though Ifrit only has 1 tile of range, she only needs a tile of range to help Aya and Surtur nuke the Colossi. Angelina, best girl, makes her appearance here again. I mean, she's used in practically every CC ever except for Zero because Zero was stupid and they banned all range help, so... Her main skill this time is her second one, slowing the enemies to a crawl while doing some fairly decent damage and allowing other ops like Schwartz to get more hits in. Lamia, you left your Fumo here. I guess I'll just bring it to her. What hit me?